Hi, today I'm going to talk about how we can create certificates or automation from a Notion database. As you can see in the background, I have got a certificate database over here, which has two different data sources connected to the same database. So we have certificate database over here, and then we have a courses database over here. I'm going to use these two databases which are connected over here, and I'm going to create certificates completely in automation. For this, I'll be using a tool known as PDFOutput. PDFOutput is a document automation platform for Notion users, which can help you produce PDF files completely in automation. For this, let us quickly log in, and then I will showcase how exactly the automation will work and how you'll be able to produce certificates directly inside the Notion database. So I'm going to quickly sign in over here. Make sure you allow all the permissions when you are signing in so that it works flawlessly. The very first thing which I need to do is I need to create a new automation over here. So click on new automation, and then you should be able to set up the Notion database over here. So we need to connect the database that we have over here in order to produce the certificates. So I'll click on connect Notion, and this will take me to the Notion database setup screen where I need to add the databases. Make sure you're under the right account. Click on select pages and put the database title inside this search box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the certificate database name, and I'm going to put it inside this search pages field, and we should be able to see the certificate database appear over here. Okay, so let me quickly select this, and you can see it got added up. Let me scroll down and I will click on allow access. So once I do this, it will give access to both the databases that I have over here, and then I will be able to produce the PDF files from there on. Okay, so I have already added the database. The next step is adding a template file. Now, a template file is a document which will be useful to create the certificates. So whatever certificate you have in mind, you can create in a template file and you can upload it. Okay. We have several options over here. You can go with a Google Doc. You can go with a Word file. You can even upload a PDF file over there. And another new feature which has been added is a Notion page. So you can even connect a database directly. And if you have the certificate created inside this page, it will also work in that manner as well. Okay. So for this demonstration, what I will do is I will choose a certificate database which is already added up over here. So let me just search for that, and you should be able to see the same. Okay. So as I see, you have an achievement certificate which is showing over here. So I will just select this and I will click on continue. Okay. As I do this, it will automatically create the template right inside my Google Drive, and then I will be able to take help of this template file, and with the databases added, I will be able to create the PDF files. Okay. So as you can see on the left side, it quickly added a template file, which was my certificate template that you can see over here. What I need to do is I need to find the database of certificate which I just added up. Okay. So if you click on the drop down, you should be able to see all the databases that you have. If the certificate is not appearing, simply reload the database once, and you should be able to see the certificate database populate over here. Okay. So I'm going to give it a few seconds, and it will quickly reload all my databases. And you can see I have the certificate showing up over here. So if you notice, I want to use this particular database which has all the certificate details. So I'll be using db underscore certificates, and this db underscore certificates is connected to the courses database through a relation property. So we have this relation property which is connected to the courses database as well. So we'll be able to see both the databases connected over here. So you can see the certificate database showing up over here, and then you also have the courses database visible over here. The next step is mapping the properties of both the databases onto the document, which will be converted to PDF file. Okay. In order to map a property, we can just simply copy and paste the element onto the document. As an example, we need an organization name which is needed to be added up over here. So what I can do is I can simply search for organization name, and you can see it is showing up over here. So I will simply click on copy, and I will be able to paste that property right inside this field. Okay. So simply use Control C to copy, and simply use it to paste over here. Okay. So this is the way you can just copy paste the elements. I'll just simply carry on, and I'll add all the other fields. So let's say I want to add more fields over here. So we have a program name. Okay. So what I can do is I can again type in program, and you can see I have a program name field. I can copy that value, and I can put it inside this field. Okay. And let me add few more properties. So we have a date, so completion date can go over here. Okay. and we have validity, we have certificate number. So you can simply fetch all the properties from your database, whatever is available, and you can just put it inside this field. Okay, and it will automatically map all the elements for your use case. So let me just keep it clean so that it appears properly. And I'm just going to stop here. I'm not going to map any further. You can obviously map all the other elements that is there in the database from here. Okay, so let me just find one more property, which is the validity. Let's say if it is available or not. We don't have it available anyways, we can just go ahead. Okay, so once all the fields are correctly mapped and you are happy with the setup, what you can do is you can click on preview output. This will create a preview of this document, which you can check later on. Okay, before you go to preview output, you have few other options. You can define how the PDF file will be named. So I want to generate the PDF file by the certificate ID that I have over here. So I will select certificate ID from the drop down, and I want to create the PDF file on this particular field. Okay, so PDF attachment field is where the PDF file will be stored. If you want to generate the PDF file on a different property, so if I just show you all the properties that have been added up, so let me quickly refresh this, and you should be able to see all the properties that gets added up. Okay, so you can see we have these 4 additional columns: generate PDF, PDF file, Google Drive file, and choose document. So all the PDF files by default will be saved under the PDF file column that you find over here. Okay, if you want to save the PDF onto a different column, you can add a new file property, and you can choose that under the PDF file over here. Okay, I don't want to save the PDF onto my Google Drive, so that is not required. So I will just proceed ahead with the other options. So I'll just click on preview output, and now it will start creating a preview of one of the record. So we'll notice that it will start processing this record, and let me delete the previous one which was already saved, and you should be able to see a new document populate over here. Okay, it will get processed right inside your PDF output setup, and it will also get populated right over here. So you can see it created this particular document. So this is for patient management systems, and if you check the database, we also have patient management systems, which is available over here. Okay, so we have this is the organization name, patient management system, which is linked to the healthcare administration. So obviously we created one document for here, and that is how the document got its name. And you can see other things like we have the date of issue, the certificate number as well, and validity we didn't map, so that nothing came out for here. And this is for healthcare management certificates, okay, which was created from this record. So basically this is how you can just map every element, and all the properties of the databases will be fetched and a certificate can be created. Okay, so you can add as many columns as you want, just map it to the document over here and then click on preview output. Once that is done and you're happy with the setup, if you want to proceed ahead, you can click on setup automation. If you're not happy, you can obviously go back and again do all the mappings and click on preview. It will work, but I'm happy with the setup, so I'll click on setup automation. As I do that, it will create an automation from which I will be able to generate the PDF directly inside the database. Now there are few more things which you can also add. If you want to create a button which can create a PDF file, you can simply add a new button to the database and copy the URLs from here. It will automatically enable the PDF file to be generated from a button. Okay, this is available to the pro users who are subscribed to a paid plan. So I will explain how the normal PDFs will be generated from a database. So now if I go back, I should be able to see an existing automation which is already showing up over here. So this is the automation which is currently active. And if I go back to the database and I simply set this records as ready to generate, it will automatically be turned into a PDF file and it will be stored inside the database. Okay, so this is an indicator, okay, which helps us generate the PDF directly within the database. So whenever your automation is set up and it is live, simply mark your record as ready to generate. It will automatically be converted to a PDF file and stored in the database. Okay, so we're just going to give it a few more minutes and it should be able to create a PDF file right over here inside the database. One more thing which I want to explain is you can also use a Notion database to generate the PDF file. So I'll just explain that with a new automation. So let's say this is certificate automation. If you click on add Notion pages, you will be able to add a particular database, and you should be able to utilize the template that we add inside the database. So let's say I create a certificate template over here and I use the same placeholders. You should be able to create a PDF file out of that as well. Okay, so that option is available. Again, it is available to paid users. So once you subscribe to a paid plan, you should be able to generate the PDF file utilizing a template right inside this database property. Okay, but we are waiting for the PDF file to be created right over here, and you can see it has completed both the records. So now if I open up the certificates, I should be able to see both the certificates created with the corresponding placeholders. So you can see this is a different placeholder value and this is a different placeholder value which has been fetched from the database. Okay, this is for certificate number 2 and this is for certificate number 1, which you can find over here along with date of issue. So this is how simple and easy it is to set up the automation to run forever to start generating the PDF file right inside the Notion database. If you need any more help or assistance on this, please let me know. Just simply head over to PDF output and you will be able to find a contact window over here through which you will be able to connect with me with all the options. Okay, so there is this contact window. Click on this and you should be able to send me an email to me with any of your queries.